Good morning, good morning, YouTube. Running um, on the road. I really need to clean up this room. Let's see here. What's this? No, that's really weird. Captions. Let's see here. Okay. And, uh, um, I'm gonna get ready to get back on the road. Um, but that's all right. But good morning to. I love playing with that. Um, I'm a simple man. Let me show you what my wife got me for my. Oh, actually, I got that wristband. It's got magnets on it and rose gold, which I freaking love. Got that, and I have a new audio. I have a new audio mixing board. I have a new audio mixing board. Let's see here. What? That I have to do some work on. And a new. I gotta get something to connect on here so I can add all this stuff to it. A new microphone. And Norma was worried that I wouldn't like it. Man, I like this. I like all that stuff. I was like, yeah. I am very simple. Um, you know, uh, I'm a very simple person. I like what I like. Um, this junk room has become this has become my man cave. So one day when I'm home, I really need to work on. I need to work on this place. Because I got a 4K camera. Eventually, I want a couch. And like, hey, welcome to the channel, and they have it did it that way. Um, the stepper behind here, I'm put in the other room. Uh, my comic books, I'm gonna get a shelf and rebag those and rebox them, and put them on the shelf right there. You know what I mean. So I got a lot of work to do, but uh, Yeah, I spend most of it outside. Even today, it was cold, and I just sat outside. Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Urban. And I like yesterday. I got home. I sat outside, and I had to be political. Uh, I had to be political because we were coming back from the port. My wife don't like. She don't like change in her car. She don't like change. But we stopped by Depot before we went on the cruise and seen that they had um, uh, St. Augustine sod because it's warmer down there, and I wanted to get some to bring back up because I have an area that dies off. I've tried um, I've tried every type of grass known to man, and it turns out it's what's I've got patches of St. Augustine growing. What the heck? Y'all give me a one if y'all can hear me because this thing is acting up. Um, um, oh, um, hey Urban, I will do a video because I had a vlogging camera. Uh, that thank you. I got to take it with me to download it. And I spent I spent $20 for it. Look on look on TikTok Shop. There's also a. It looks like it's about that big. It looks like a. It looks like a what do you call it? Daggone thing. It dang it. Give me a second when it kicks in. No, it's grass. It's grass. Um, but uh, I've got two very cheap vlogging cameras, and I did the whole cruise. I used one of them. It looks like it's a small camera with the cameras on top. Michael know what I'm talking about. That little camera goes for like four, and the camera it was like $20. I've got two vlogging cameras. I've literally yeah GoPro. It looks like a GoPro, but it's not. It's actually 1080 for it. So on Timu, but I would look on TikTok Shop, and it's a 4K. No, it's 1080, but it's only $20. And I did the yeah. It looks like I I did and you put it like you put a SIM card in it, not a SIM card, but a memory card in it. I got a 1 terabyte memory card from Timu. Not because you say Timu. I got a 1 terabyte memory card and I put it in there and I spent all week using that thing. I got to download it and see how it comes out, and I'll let you know. Yeah. It looks like it, but again, I've got two of them because I messed up my GoPro. I got to contact them to repair it, but I didn't realize GoPros are very expensive, and that was one of the presents. I might join a club because when you join the GoPro, they'll fix your stuff, and I need my GoPro back also. Yeah, SD card, but those two cameras at the most together was $40, 40 freaking bucks. And they come with all of these accessories to it. You know what I mean? A stand and everything else. And then you could, it's a little hard. It does, there's no buttons around. You got to manually twist it. It won't break. You got to manually, a little hard, twist it. And, you know, I wonder if I could, hold on, guys. Let me see if it's up in the bedroom. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me show you. It's, you might have to have a little patience with it, because I tried to download the this is this is it right here. Let me turn it on for you. And see, and it's very self-explanatory. You hit the OK button, and it records. You know what I mean? But it you have to manually adjust it, and then you can twist it. It's a little bit. Oh, okay, it one way. It's you got to twist it around like, and I think I spent like at most like 20 bucks or something like that for that camera. And if you look on the side, that's where you put the SD card, and that's where you charge it. And the other side, you see what I'm saying? And then you could actually spin it around, spin the camera around, and this clip, you could clip it on your shirt or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So this really, and the bottom right here is the stand, and just place it on the ground like that. And I got, it comes with the card, but I added a terabyte to it so I could have more to record with it. And again, you talk about cheap, I'm cheap right there. And but the way that one, she bought me this one, but I know that's how much it runs. Um, I have to, what's what's the word? I have to download it to a um what editing program. You know what I mean? I have to download to a video editing program. So that's what we're doing there. But this is a whole lot better when you're walking around a cruise ship than having a big old camera or something else. People give you the side eye. With I really enjoyed having this because I just walked around. Then when I was done, I just put it in my pocket, pulled it back out, turned it on, hit it, put it back in the pocket. So I got a lot to download and figure out what. So I'm gonna be on the road, so I got a lot of stuff to download with that. So that's cool. The cool part about vlogging with that, and it's cheap. I don't want to spend $400. I really don't. You know what I mean? I really don't. But because that's a lot of money. You know, um, I really have a lot to talk about on this Margaritaville at sea. Um, I think I believe it's horizontal. I believe it's horizontal. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I haven't downloaded everything yet, so I'll let you know. You'll see, which is when you get a chance to look at the cruise videos that are going to be coming up. Um, we'll see how it comes out. You know, I haven't used it much, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. You know, but this Margaritaville at sea was an experience, man. I don't know if there was a convention because I want to talk about. Okay, before I say anything, I want to talk about. I got to get my diabetes back under control, and I got to start exercising. You know, yes, I've been saying it, but now that I said it to my wife, um, you guys would be proud of me. I got in an average of 10,000 steps a day for the last 5 days. Um, the one day I had 15,000 steps because normally I'm like, get it yourself. She's like, can you go back there? I was like, hey, no problem. Can you get this? Yeah, no problem. And I was getting my steps in. Um, and I haven't did that in a while. You know what I mean? But I got sick a few times from overeating because my stomach really can't take it no more. I couldn't take it years ago. It just can't take it, and I need to accept that. I don't want to accept it, but I need to accept it. You know, cruising is about overeating, but I'm not. I'm not with it anymore. Um, the food. I'm not going to be a negative Nelly. It wasn't horrible, but they need to work on the, the group of people that you are attracting to this boat. What I mean by the group of people. Margaritaville at sea is a very diverse group of cruisers. I'm gonna say it like that. I don't know if it was a convention, but there was some big folks on this boat. Now I'm not talking. Now I'm big, okay. You know, take, by health standards, I'm obese. I'm obese. I don't know what they call the people that was on this boat. They were big. One woman had, guys know what I'm talking about. I say tramp stamp. Her back was so big. That's how big her tramp stamp was, and she was proud of it. So if you are feeling some type of way because of your weight, this is the boat you need to go on because old folks that were shriveled up had bikinis on. This stuff that I wasn't. I didn't even want to take off my shirt, but these people didn't give a flip. They did not give a flip. There was one older gay guy. I'm trying to figure, is that a man or a woman? And he he had earrings on and the shirt wide open and button at the bottom. I mean, it's old school gay. And I was like, get it, boy. And I'm sitting there not laughing at him, but I'm like, yo, do you boo boo? And you could see that there was a mid section of people from the Midwest to the West, like older. Um, this was all old crowd. I was probably the youngest person on this boat. No, there was there was only a few younger than me, but this is an older crowd. This is people that would go on, old farmers and stuff. And when I say urban, when I say big, I'm not trying to be mean. Th- These were super big. These were super big bags. These were big folks, and they didn't give a flip. So, like I said, if you want to go on a cruise ship and just and you're not feeling yourself, or go on Margaritaville. I promise your self esteem will feel better. I was almost in tears this morning telling my wife I got to start exercising. I'm not happy with myself, whatever. You go on Margaritaville, see, you will feel a certain way about yourself. Wait a minute, I'm overweight and out of shape, but I'm better than that. I'm better than that one. There's some big people on this boat, and they were just there was not one unhappy person though. These people were happy. You go on Carnival, everybody, yeah, fuck this, and fuck that, and you go on Carnival. This is what you have it. But on Margaritaville, see, it was a whole different vibe. I'm originally from New York. You go back, you've been well, you were walking. These people like, hello, how you doing? Hi, good morning, good morning. Hey, how you doing? Hi, yeah, good morning. Hi, hello. I'm like, it caught me off guard. And then next thing you know, I just had hello. In this age of Trump and everything else, I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. In this age of Trump, to have so many nice Caucasians and just happy and just about their business. And I mean, just old, just with the cards. And, one guy had it was one of those walkers, but it was a high end walker where you had to stand straight up and you had to hold it like it was a 10 speed. You had to hold it like it was a 10 speed. He was getting around, and one guy had a thing on his neck, and how you doing? He was getting drunk. He just having a ball. They did stuff on the main deck. They had you know certain I fit right in because I ain't got no beat. They did stuff on the main deck, and we all was laying in the things like beach whales, and I'm saying including myself. It just was a pleasant type of experience. Now, if you one of them African Americans that's just got to have African American music, African every freaking thing. And I love my people, and I got my black card, but I can adapt. On the screen, they had Jimmy Buffett in concert. Ding, 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 ding. That's what they had, because that's his book. Ding, 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 ding. And Margarita, that's what they were doing. And they had country and good morning food, and it just yes. There was there, there, there was a guy getting down on it. They were doing on a boat going to the Caribbean music. Now they had it was a I don't know type of what genre that is. I don't know if it's country, but it ain't it ain't the trunk country, but it was country. Now every once in a while they threw they threw a bone in for people of our color every once in a while, but the DJ sucked. Yes, yes, the DJ sucked, but um, I think they have on every cruise ship. It's it's a set of music. It's a set of music for the dance party. You know what I mean? Every cruise ship. I think one person made up a playbook, and they on Margaritaville they mixed it. So on the party nights they had country once, and then the you know the dance step and when everybody gets out there and they even played Jerusalem. I did put a show at them. My wife loved them. Yeah, yeah. They and every boat plays IMCA. So if you this boat is not for young black folk. It's for young black women that want to travel alone, and because that's what I seen. I've seen it. They were traveling alone, like a mother with her kids or whatever. They traveled alone. They had a good time. That they had they had a good time. But the gym, yo, the gym was a little bit bigger than this room, and you had to walk around to find it. It was you went down this stairs, you went up this, and you went that way, and you turned around, and there it was. So I just started walking. I just started walking, and I started looking, and that's when, like I said, I had this. I had it in my pocket, so when I pulled it out, bam, then I turned it off, and I just started walking. And but I had so much fun looking around. The the decor was exactly what you would expect in Margarita. That is exactly what you expect. Um, they had a taco place and a burger place. They were emulating Guy's Burger Joint and the taco place off Carnival. It just is plain as day. But that's okay. They had a seafood shack type place that you actually had to pay for. I didn't go back. I didn't go for any specialty place. You know, I was half broke as it is, so I wasn't trying to pay anymore. I bought a few drinks and then I bought a few drinks and then swore off of the drinks because I started looking at the price. A mixed drink was $15. I got two mixed drinks and three beers, and I was like, okay, I'm done. It ain't worth it. Um, when I got off the boat, I bought a bottle of tequila. I bought a bottle of tequila that I brought home. They say, oh, it's 20 years. And I went to another place. It's 15 years. Okay, well, how many years was this bottle? Because I bought that's the same bottle. It, you know, um, but I was trying to. I had one of those, you know, travel mugs or whatever. Yeah, Yes, they even had Mike was wearing whatever. They were wearing whatever. they this there was no inhibitions. There's a there was a not I'm like professional, but another vlogger, uh, husband, JJ Cruz. I watched them all the time. They were on the boat with uh, a group, and they were actually nice people. So I listened in on them talking, and they were pretty cool. Um, but I they need to concentrate their food decisions. They need a new chef. They need a new head chef. The soups every day was great. The soup. The breakfast was basic. They had scrambled eggs, omelets that you could order, bacon twice on the 5 days, overcooked, sausage with no flavor. The sausage had no flavor to it. Um, and home fries. They need to work on the home fries, but they need to work on the people that they're attracting. They're attracting Jimmy Buffett type of folks. You don't need international Indian food. You don't need stuff like that. You need country fried steak, small country fried steak, small chicken fried steak. You need um you know meatloaf, you know uh chili, just basic American stuff. Macaroni and cheese. They're um this was not black macaroni and cheese. This wasn't southern macaroni and cheese. Okay. This was macaroni, and then they added a can of cheese sauce. And what for the price? I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm not complaining for the price. I'm like, I was eating it anyway and getting sick because I wasn't gonna say this is disgusting, but for the price, I didn't pay $3,000 for this trip. For the price, I'm like, I'm eating it anyway. You know what I mean? So it wasn't bad, but it could be better. It wasn't bad, but it could be better. They need to have. When you got all of these Filipinos in that kitchen, you should have a fried rice out there. Filipino fried rice. You know what I'm saying? Some with the leftover eggs, Filipino fried rice. They had orange pork, and it was just hard as a rock. And I barely got teeth, and I'm gumming this. I'm like, what the heck is it? Just something that something something. If you got people from the Caribbean that work in the back, have them cook some Caribbean food. Whatever you was putting out there in these strange cockamamie names, they had buffalo macaroni and cheese. They must have mixed some leftover chicken with the macaroni to put buffalo sauce. So it was just basic, and there was no variety. They don't have any room. So I'm just letting you know it is what it is. So if you go to this part of the cafeteria, on the other side, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. So I actually ate less. I still got sick, but I actually ate less. Because normally I'd have 5 breakfasts, 7 or 8 lunches, 2 or 3 dinners. I had a whole lot less than I had. And don't get me wrong, the other cruise lines ain't that much better. So, you know, and again, this did not turn me off. The only problem I had with this boat was, and I heard from another lady was saying that they couldn't turn the AC. They had the AC in the room. You can't turn it off. I had to go down to customer service. I called maintenance twice. I had to go down to customer service and yell at them in a polite way. I said, ma'am, I said, I've come down here over and over. Please, for the love of God, I'm doing this. For the love of God, just have him come turn this stupid thing off. My wife is getting sick. Please, I'm begging you, just turn it off. I said, I don't want to be that fool that comes down and yells at you. It's not your fault, but get maintenance to come turn this thing off. The last night, they finally turned it off. They, yeah, and that was the only major problem I had with this. But the cruise ship, it was decorated nice. It parrots and fish this and surfboard that, and you know, in a margarita, the ding, 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 ding. It was the theme of this boat, and that's what you got. This was what you got, and I loved it. I had a ball. They had and Jake's in him. They had a military honor guard. This was the best. This was the best one out of all. I did Carnival. I did Royal. Um, this one was the best salute to um, the armed forces. And there was two Korean War vets in there. That's one of the things is they're moving on to greater pastures. You're not going to see too many Korean War vets. You know what I mean? Um, but everybody was, and you went to stand in front, and people saluted you, and as a Navy veteran, it felt a certain way. I started tearing up because I remember my father was 82nd Airborne, and I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that, and that just breaks my heart. Um, and he was a Ranger too. That I didn't even know that. Um, but I was remembering that I wish I would have did stuff a little bit different. You know what I mean? Um, but the older crowd, the older crowd, even though there was older, like you see in these TikTok videos, that everybody's got this sad music. You know, I wanted, I went on this boat thinking they were gonna turn it up, and no, this older crowd, they they were fun. They were fun, and y'all see all that gray. They were fun. I felt younger on this boat than I did on any Carnival or any Royal Caribbean. And we were on the MSC was next to us in port. It just dwarfed us. But I wasn't like I was like, nah. I was happy. I was happy. And when we got off the boat, and like I said, we got off the boat. I was like, I went and bought a bottle of tequila, right? And but that was in one port. Oh, one of the ports is I think Progresso. If you ever cruise and you go to don't go to Progresso. You ain't gonna like it. It's the longest pier in the world or whatever, and you gotta get on this bus to get out the gate, and you drive to downtown Progresso, and it's like the Mexican hood. And I looked around, and it's normal, like I'm not feeling it. And when she ain't feeling, I'm already not feeling it because we driving away from the bus. But she wasn't feeling it, and we just stayed. Look, I gave the driver $5 and $5 tip. Nah, we going back to the boat, and we just hung out right there and went back, back on the boat. But when we went to Cozumel, and I got a Cozumel shirt on, we went to Cozumel. Um, I bought two bottles because I always bring something back from my dispatcher. I bought two bottles, small bottles for my, the two male dispatchers, and a bag for my dispatcher, which is a young lady. Um, she don't drink, and I told him, I originally was going to put that in my cup, and he said, "Look," he said, "put $5 in that tip jar." I put 5 in the tip jar. He filled my cup about that much with tequila. I was like, "Oh shoot!" I was like, "Oh shoot!" And man, I was walking around Cozumel lit. Do you hear me? Lit. I was like, and I wound up buying a bracelet for my wife at astronomical prices. I got to stay out for a couple of months to pay for it, but she's worth it. To say like, listen, she's worth it. And I bought me like a black and gold ring that goes on this finger right here, like I'm an Italian, like and but I rarely buy anything for myself. So now I got a ring, a ring to go on this one, so where I wear on special occasions or something like that. It was freaking funny. Um, it was funny, and I very much um started tearing up because we this was our wedding anniversary. Um, we've been together nine. We've been married for 9 years and been together for 11. This has been the best. Guys know I tell my story all the time. This has been my best, the best thing that's ever happened to me. Um, and I appreciate it very much. Uh, just to do simple stuff. It's like um, the grass. And you just remind me. I got to go turn the water off. I watered it yesterday. I'm watering it right now. I got to go downstairs, turn the water off in um, about 2 minutes to turn the water off. Um, because I put it in the area that's already eroded away. It's great. But and I dropped some seed there. Yeah, I'm a little early on dropping the seed, but to have that fun of married life, I wouldn't trade this for nothing in the world. Thank you for 11 years of believing in me and giving me a chance. You know what I mean? More videos to come because I got to download it from here. I just a heartache. I got to put my GoPro in the shop. That's next. But it and I pray for a longer that we keep getting older and enjoying ourselves. I would have never knew about this cruising if it wasn't for her. And now I got to get dressed and get myself back to get to driving like a truck driver. I got to go back to the area I just left yesterday to deliver a load. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening and enjoying the show. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Take on the world. Coming up next, Frugal's going to take the stage. Positive affirmations and fashion sense. Cruising is fun anytime at 9 o'clock, and Miss T with the T at 9:15. I will see you guys later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will talk as soon as I can find the arrow. Now it's time to get back to work. Don't you just love it? Deuces.